Hey guys, welcome to the second day of the 3-day war. No previous issues that ever happened, so I'm here to welcome you to Robert.
Hey, how's it going? It's your boy Bobby here.
And
game designer, Heights of Iron.
Yeah, and now we are going to introduce that once again. We have Feedback Gaming, Modern Viking, Prussian Prince, and Tower back in the UK, fighting for the glory of democracies all over the world by declaring war very quickly, but we'll get back to that. And in the dev side, we have the lovely people, Bratton, Engin, Einfil, and PDR Alastorm fighting for the glory of Imperial Germany and the Kaiser. It was quite interesting last session since, well, things didn't really pan out normally as they usually do. Like we said, the invasion of Italy so early was quite a surprise, and it went, well, reasonably well for them. They have kill death losses at 1 to 4. But Germany has now managed to send over some volunteers, some Kaiser's chosen to fight for Italy. So we're going to see if that turns the tide. But either way, UK have managed to snatch over all colonial parts from Italy, and we'll see how this progress from now.
You know, honestly, we've been really giving UK a hard time for losing, 2 capital ships in the Eastern Mediterranean and launching an invasion that they actually very successfully bailed out of. I feel like maybe we should be critical of the German Empire, which has done nothing but bluster and make noise so far.
Germany's going down straight down to focus on true enemy and rebuild the high sea fleet. So yeah, they're right now seem to be going straight down to, well, a bit more hostile actions against UK. So I'm going to see what happens right there. Oh, look at this. Italy is not giving up in Africa without a fight. And from what it looks like, they're trying even more, but they might be a bit more intercepted.
Yeah, it's looks like some of those sneaky naval invasions I was referring to last time that Italy likes to pull. Interestingly as well, it would seem that the German volunteer divisions are actually ensuring that Sicily holds and are securing the Sicilian ports right now, and also Rome itself.
Are they? Oh god, they're actually invading quite a few more sources, even right here in the east. So UK have pulled away, I think, most of their forces already from. Okay, they have some in the far south, but yeah, they're moving upwards also to stop Italy from expanding upon those gains. So yeah, well, good on you, Italy, not going down without a fight as usual.
The German reserves are actually pretty well placed right now. If you look at the UK, looks like they've got some planned naval invasions being set up again potentially, yeah. And it looks like they have a plan to trap the Italian army of the army of Sicily in Sicily and destroy them. But the German reserves could I don't know, maybe they'll hold those ports.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what's going on right here. So they are gonna land in the entire southern there, but will they manage to stop? There are 7 divisions Italian in the port right here. So, oh, actually there are 2 ports, so UK will get some supplies at least. But we'll see if they manage to make something happen from there. Otherwise, from the UK, they are improving their carriers, improving.
Oh, we have the British invasion has landed in southern Italy.
That quickly! Oh god, I must miss it. So yeah, they're pushing forward. But is that going to be enough? Germans instantly responding to this. I can really just assume that just because there are 4 people in each nation, they can just have everything under like constant observation and constant control. Instantly that division being sent down right here to block them from uniting, and maybe they will actually remove this division completely. And the Italian AI is not doing too badly either, responding to that super quickly.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried for those British divisions that have landed in the absolute tip of the boot. They don't have any supply at the moment, and it would seem that the Italian response has been swift enough that I don't know if they're going to be able to be helped in time.
The current losses right now in that war is 400,000 versus 70, so they're still keeping this about the same ratio right there. Oh wow! Oh yeah, they're trying to push over right there so to get supplies the entire way. But I wonder, will they actually succeed with that?
Even if they just shift the Italians off the the provinces with the ports, they're convoy raiding Italy extremely effectively right now, and Italy, last I looked, was out of fuel. Now they're okay on fuel now, but either way, those troops that are going to get pushed off those ports could, really end up just getting sunk by all these British subs that are working in the central
day and
right
night
now.
to take it down. They have quite a bit actually assigned to it. They have gangs of 5, 3, and 6 subs. And so far they are taking down those convoys like there's no tomorrow. Oh, we do have a larger... Okay, no, it was basically subs fighting against the Italian fleet. So what are the plans for the Germans right now? They're doing the Central Powers focus. Are they gonna take down... We might see the World War happen much quicker than expected. It's August 38 right now. Yeah, 38. And if they do Italian coup, then assassinate Mussolini.
Yeah.
Italy will go into faction with Germany.
Yeah.
And they will be at war with the UK. And that will probably threaten France enough to pull them in. And Germany so far has no way to get troops across from German soil to Italian soil. I don't know how this is gonna go. Holy crap. Look what's going on in the boot of Italy. 24 British divisions without any
they're trapped. Oh, they're probably...
the Germans stopped the liberation to surround them. Holy crap.
Oh man, they were probably they probably messed up their shifting and let the combat end, and then everyone got shifted into the extra tile. I mean, that's one of the big dangers of using an extra tile like that. Britain really needs some air force over there desperately, and probably some naval support as well, if they have any hope of pushing off that spot. But
that's gonna be... Oh my god, they need their carriers really. Let's see, where are the British carriers right now? Let's see, carrier. There we go. They're in southern England. They need to send at least one of them out so they had some kind of airplane support right there in the area.
Britain has just a way
taken
more...
Sicily. They lost the boot, but they managed to push everyone out to Sicily now.
Yeah, I mean, losing those 24 divisions for Britain could be really devastating.
And they're sending in more troops to the other city. Wow. They're not giving up on this.
No, I mean, that's really something I think that they have to go for. They have the naval dominance. They can actually choke those Italian divisions that are caught in between as well, because they have to be reinforced by sea. And I think that they're actually not able to supply them at the moment. So both forces are kind of cut off.
Well, the big question is, why isn't Germany sending over any air volunteers? That's something several times I've thought, like, I forget about it, I don't think of it. They can send air volunteers. That would be huge.
Yeah, it would be.
445 planes.
Oh, they have successfully built a level 1 port. On the tip.
And they fled.
And they have managed to get out. That is huge. They would not have been able to do that. They would have had enough time to do that for sure if the Italian divisions weren't also being starved by the British Navy.
I completely forgot about that.
I'd say that's a big victory for the British Navy right there.
That's a huge victory. And now they're just reinforcing the place where they have a proper port. Wow.
Yep. Oh, that was huge.
That's usually something I try when I try invading someone that doesn't have many ports, but as a last-minute ditch attempt to flee, like, it could have been interrupted. It probably would have been interrupted if it was a player, because they would just keep fighting, because if there's combat in a province, you can't build anything there. So they managed to run away there. Wow. That's incredible.
Oh man, the Italians look like they're starting to take some serious losses at sea, both from their ground troops, both with their ground troops and their navy. Man, the Italian losses right now are up to 630,000.
Wow, that's really terrible. But the British have been racking up losses as well. They're up to 277,000.
they've been pushing pretty desperately in Italy, and I imagine that's got to be because they know they're on the clock. That as soon as Germany properly enters the war, the fighting in Italy is going to become much more difficult.
Yeah. Oh, and if you look at the Spanish Civil War as well, what the hell is going on there? Oh, the Germans have sent attaché to nationalist Spain to gain some more points.
I really wonder how much having this low stability is costing Britain right now.
Yeah, they have no reduction in consumer goods. Like you get up to 5% if you have 100%. They're losing 1.8% factory output, and
yeah, they would have a factory output buff if they were more positive. So
exactly. If we compare with Germany, it's looking fantastic. And there we go, Austria. How? How did it get them in? I'm really confused. How did they manage to push them up so far? Non-aggression pact, trade partners. Trade partner. Did they trade a crap ton?
Oh yeah, Germany's been using their operatives to put diplomatic pressure on Austria. So they've been making good use of their operatives to get that relationship level up.
Yeah, and that's especially for factions and non-aggression pacts. So the non-aggression pact must have boosted up their opinion enough so they could also do the faction invite. That's actually beautiful. That means they're a walking path to Italy right now. They still won't accept any kind of faction invite right now, and they're not doing any focuses.
Yeah, and they've now switched to boosting non-aligned ideology in Czechoslovakia. So it seems like the plans for Czechoslovakia are peaceful ones.
Yeah, still they want to invite them. They don't want to crush them. So they make them enough non-aligned, hopefully, then coup them, and then force them into a faction. They have also managed to get Bulgaria on their side in the Central Powers. So right now, I think it's going fantastic for the developers, and I would like to say that they were the underdogs for this battle. I really thought the influence would crush them, but so far they're doing fantastic. Except they should probably pick a natural focus.
Well, going neutral Germany and not overexerting yourself and just really, taking advantage of your high war support, and your high your large starting industrial base, and just sitting there and producing on. I mean, they've been on partial mobilization for a long time, and that can just be really beneficial if you're not forced into a war and you just outbuild your enemy.
Yeah.
The Hearts of Iron is ultimately a game about producing equipment and building up. So whoever snowballs harder is a huge advantage.
Exactly. If we're looking at the current UK production, they are starting to ramp up fighter production again with their Spitfires now, upgrading that once. Otherwise, they have 29 factories producing infantry equipment, and they're slowly starting up their artillery production again. If we compare with Germany, they have 20 factories on fighter ones, only 10 on weapons. They're gonna try to do a massive push starting on medium tanks right now.
It looks like the British invasion of Italy is kicking off again.
Oh God!
Units coming in. Let's see if they can do something tricky here. I'm really sad that they're not pushing down in the southern tip of the boot and locking those divisions down that are gonna now go help up north. They had an opportunity to lock
maybe they
a lot of guys
maybe
down
they
there.
want to.
Maybe it might be a plan to just draw them out of the south.
Yeah.
They've encircled Rome, and Rome now has to reinforce the rest of Italy overseas, which they're kind of cut off because of successful British naval raiding. So
because it's a lot of divisions.
They've reestablished the connection, but the British are making some spaghetti across the Italian mainland, just really aggressively pushing and trying to keep the AI locked down now.
Yeah. And now suddenly the Germans are doing assassinate Mussolini. They probably lost 10 days, at least, on just not doing it quicker. Like the Germans have divisions standing guard, waiting to just storm into Italy. I think they will be too late right now.
Yeah, I mean the north of Italy is already cut off as long as Britain can hold it. I mean it's
Yeah.
the German volunteer divisions are doing their best to prevent this encirclement from happening. But it looks like Britain's going to secure it.
Yeah. They really waited a bit. They built up some extra division. Then.
And the new capital is in the north now, Genoa.
Oh. So they are
So-
going to try to push in right there and grab that with additional naval invasions. But so far, the Italians are holding. The Italians are holding. And if they hold on for just a little bit longer, another, 48 days, Germany will storm in with everything they got, I think.
Yeah. Well, all those divisions in southern Italy are effectively cut off now. They're being minimally reinforced by the ports. If you look down there, they're all attritioning pretty hard. So Britain has actually the attrition's not too bad yet. In some places it is. I lied.
But they are being constantly stopped, as you're saying, by the British Navy.
Yep.
Convoys are not having a good day.
I think you're going to see Italy get knocked out of the war right here.
Yeah.
I don't think Germany's going to be able to assist in time.
And there we go. Italy is gone. So even if they wouldn't have lost those 10 days, it wouldn't have mattered.
Now, I'm interested to see what the UK does here with Italy. Are they going to puppet Italy?
There we go. And they're satelliting all their non-mainland areas. I guess they're still discussing within their parliaments. Or Josh, how is it going?
Yeah, how does Parliament look at this situation right now? I mean, I imagine the naysayers and doubters are feeling quite foolish.
I can report that the Virtual House of Commons is jubilant of the defeat of Italy. There have been many cries of "Rule Britannia" in the chat.
And now France joins the alliance. Oh my god!
Yeah,
this is absolute perfect.
I think the inaction of the German Empire might ultimately really work against them. But we do have a really big showdown shaping up. It seems that's going to happen in Central Europe.
No. And now we can kind of figure out also what they were doing by boosting unaligned settlement in Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, I think that they want to save their resources, not wasting, any, and just get as many allies and puppets as possible. While the United Kingdom has forcibly brought the state of Italy under their side, they lost a lot of equipment and men doing so. And if you look at British production right now, they have 30 civilian factories, 30 military factories producing infantry equipment for them, and they really did rack up a huge infantry equipment deficit. Not only just in the fighting, but in the buildup of force needed to knock Italy out quickly. And that's really hurt their air production and their production of artillery and other weapons of war that you're going to need against a really strong industrialized German military.
What is UK doing right now? They gotta be absolutely celebrating. And as you guessed last time, puppet focus against Iraq, Iran, Netherlands.
Yep.
They're going to secure the oil imports. But look at this.
Oh. Uh-oh.
They are going to naval invade. They're going for all of them, I guess, as quickly as they possibly can.
Yeah.
Iraq is going to disappear very quickly, and with all those naval invasions. But the question is, will the democratic nation of Netherlands accept Germany? If they're at war, yeah, I think so. If UK invades Netherlands, they will accept German overlordship. Let's double check. They will not. I get that their tactic is to get as many friends and allies as possible, but all of these war cost time, cost resources. This war is probably very cheap, but...
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately, they're taking away the ability for the Germans to have resources themselves.
Yeah.
They've now secured all of the rubber and oil of Southeast Asia and Oceania down there, and they have focuses when they want to take Iraq and Iran, which should be pretty easy for the British to do. and and the Med is now firmly in the hands of the British and their allies.
There we go. Massive amounts of puppets joining the UK right now. If we, oh god, I
Yeah,
actually
I
want to
mean,
check that. Managed subjects.
I
That's
really,
a long list.
I really feel like Germany missed their opportunity to really do something impactful during the Italian-British War and find a way to get involved. I mean, maybe they had no recourse, but what is their air advantage, I feel like, is going to slowly become squandered as the British start really building fighter twos in large numbers, while the Germans have a huge force of Fighter 1 BF-109s. I mean,
We'll see how they play out in the war. But yeah, I guess they want to do the war quickly enough so it doesn't become any German shenanigans in Iraq.
Mm-hmm. And the UK is currently fabricating their claims they're currently fabricating against the nations of Iraq and Iran. So it seems that that is the next step for the UK is to secure all the oil in the Middle East.
They are going straight for Germany. 24 divisions in a single province in Netherlands, along with 10 additional one, along with 14 additional, 8, 9. They have a huge army. They have 100-ish divisions stationed right there.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine a lot of that's just security to make sure that they don't get blown out of the Netherlands too quickly in case fighting starts. I don't think they're gonna start another aggressive war. I mean, the last time they did, they really tanked their stability, and I don't know. We'll have to see what Germany does. I mean, ultimately, if Germany's just gonna sit there, they might have to do something about it. But I'd really like to see Germany start doing something aggressive.
Yeah. They have tons of equipment extra. They're training tons of troops. Maybe they just want to take it more easy. Like, if we check the current industrial situation, 62 civilian for Germany and 62 military. They really? Yeah, 62 civilian factories for UK and 54 military. So UK is getting closer, but so far they still got quite a bit more. The cipher for German Empire is fully decrypted. Are they going for it? Why would they activate it now?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. No, they haven't activated it fully. They've broken the code.
Oh, misunderstood.
So they have the passive buff going. I think Germany might have made a mistake by building so many military factories early on and then not going to war with them. If they were going to be at peace for this long, they really probably should have gone for a lot more civilian factories. But you know, maybe they anticipated being able to intervene in the war with Italy sooner, or they maybe didn't think it would end so quickly.
Like, it might also just be that they're waiting for the Austrian-Hungarian Empire to spawn before they start justifying any war goals.
So, potentially.
They still have quite a while to get that up. It's still, 1% left on Czechoslovakia before they get 40. And then we just gotta hope that Austria, Hungary, or Czechoslovakia do the focus to recreate it. God, Yugoslavia is also one of those nations that are surprisingly strong. If they now have, if Czechoslovakia becomes Austria-Hungary, or if they actually form it, I think German chances of actually coming back is gonna massively increase.
Yeah.
And Mexico has started going aggressively, declaring war against Guatemala. And now joining Comintern.
Oh, we have the Mexican Soviet Republic. This could potentially end up in a situation where the communists end up at war with the Allied powers, and that could be great for Germany.
Yeah,
because if communist Mexico keeps invading Central America, you know, the United States might have just about enough of that. And at the very minimum, then if the United States goes to war with the Comintern, then I mean, Britain might want to just not invite the U.S. to their faction just to stay out of it.
Yeah, it could be absolutely terrible. Soviet Union sends over troops to Mexico, started pushing on the U.S. border before they're ready. That could be terrible for the UK. I'm expecting right now when I press intelligence agency for Germany, they're gonna coup Czechoslovakia. No! Really? Come on, guys, you need to coup Czechoslovakia now. Coup them. Kudos. I want to give you kudos, but coup them. God damn it. They have the next election in May 1940, but they are not strong enough right there.
Oh, wow.
What?
Damn, just like
What?
that.
But it said current faction needs to be... Oh, to do the decision, you need to be non-aligned. But to actually just accept the decision, you don't need to be non-aligned. So that's
Nice.
probably Austria or Hungary that did it, turning... There we go.
Oh, that's a big
That's
gain
that's
for
my
the
favorite.
peaceful Central Powers.
Yeah. Holy shit. So actually, I think we can double check who actually created it. Oh, if we actually kept track of the focus, yeah. But it doesn't seem to be in Hungary, because then we would have the Hungarian focus tree, right? So
Yeah.
it must be in Austria that formed Austria-Hungary. And yeah, just if we take a look at them, they're not the smallest person anymore. 48 civilian factory, 36 military. If we compare that with Italy, 33 civilian and 36 military. So they basically got Italy on their side peacefully. And Germany, they keep producing more military factory and even more synthetic factories. I guess they're really trying, maybe they saw ahead and kind of planned for, we're not going to get that tradable oil, we're not going to get that tradable rubber, we're just going to build it all, because that's a lot where their resources have been put into, instead of more civilian or more military.
Yeah, they have currently 7 refineries with another, 2 being built?
Yeah, and we can kind of see what Hungary want to do. They want to invade Italy. They actually have already executed the plan. So if they would happen to come to war, boom, right away that would happen. I don't see any production of anti-tank guns or tanks. So if Germany just get a large enough tank army, UK is done.
Yeah.
Done and dusted, as Knight Esquire says. Break the Anglo-French colonial hemorrhage. Oh my god. So they're going for it. They are probably gonna go for it. We might have our play war influencers versus developers happening in 60... Come on, I was gonna say 66 days, but... There we go, in 66 days, but you kind of broke my flow right there. Is Germany doing shenanigans? Oh, yeah, they're doing shenanigans in Romania. They want to get them peacefully into their faction. And they're 1 point away from it. 1 single point. And they're 3 points away with it right now.
Well, that is going to be their only source of oil once the war gets started, potentially. So the German army intel on the UK is actually very low. And the Germans right now can't see what the British have exactly on the Netherlands front, so
wow,
any intimidation tactic they're trying to use is not going to be effective, because they just don't know. They just know that there are men across the border.
Well, they can see that it's 117 to 324 divisions. And they do know that they have 1 million deployed men, so I guess they can kind of guess that they might not be that strong. Or actually, oh wow, have you looked at the German Navy?
Not recently.
They are increasing size. Most of it is subs, but it's 30 stacks of subs.
Yeah, they've been exclusively using their 19 naval dockyards to build submarine 2s for a while now.
So I guess even though UK has tons and tons of destroyers, maybe if they use them very quickly, they deploy them, sink some convoys, pull them back. Deploy them, sink some convoys, pull them back, and do this back and forth tactic so UK can never really counteract them. Because UK can't ever have their entire destroyer force out on the seas to just protect their convoys. It seems like Germany is getting a bit worried about the numbers in UK. They have done now a garrison division, basically a smaller one, just to probably defend all the ports. Yes, that's exactly what seems to be happening right there. And we talked a bit about the tanks and how dangerous they can be for the UK. They only have 2 divisions of medium tanks and 2 divisions of light tanks. It's not that much right now. They have 25 factories assigned to it, but yeah, medium tanks are expensive.
Yeah, and I'm kind of disappointed that Germany hasn't made a push to upgrade to medium tank 2s yet. They have the focuses for it, but I guess maybe it's not in the cards or not a priority at the moment. But they do have dispersed industry, so they can load up the medium tanks, the medium tank 2s a bit later, and still be okay on armor. But I really feel like Germany needs to go to war soon, while they have an air and an armor advantage over the UK before it steadily slips out of their grasp.
Oh, Poland joined Germany.
Oh man, it is a beautiful faction to look at. Just look at that Central Powers.
Oh god, yeah, now it got even better. Wow.
Beautiful.
They just need Romania into that, and they'll have the perfect thing. But I was going to mention that Germany has less military factories than the UK.
Oh no, I mean the UK is out industrying Germany.
Yeah, because of all the puppets that are building there, and some of that industry is being transferred over.
Yep.
So Germany has 88 military, 61 civilian, and UK has 96. Oh wow, they have 96 military and 69 civilian factories. Nice. Germany declared war on France. There we go. Who cares about that war? We care about the world war that just started. War against the developers and the influencers has finally begun. And there we go. UK is joining into this. What is the Germans gonna do? They have, well, they did begin. They waited until they got 300,000 manpower in reserves. Are they gonna jump that manpower law to extend conscription? I don't see anything other they're waiting for. And there we go, people are wanting to join in, but so far it's still just a phone war. And there we go. It seems like the UK are the first one to make their move. Actually, France, UK's ally, and Netherlands are making the first move, charging into German lines, taking massive casualties of 5,000 versus 50. So it's a whole 100 to 1.
Oh man, you know, the German panzer divisions are actually, despite having good armor, they're really, I mean, there's such a huge just stack of British divisions there that they're having a hard time getting through them. And I mean, if you look at the British defensive stats, I mean, they're quite good. And this is an example of where, you know, you really probably want to have an SPG battalion or two in your tank division, or because, you know, now if you look at the tank division's soft attack values, they're pretty low.
Yeah.
And they're just really not, you know, able to cut through that infantry like they could if they had, you know, some mobile artillery or something in their tank division.
UK just broke the German ciphers, and Germany, they are soon getting there as well in 110 days. They have broken the French ciphers, but I think they might want to wait until they have both. But so far, no changes on either side. 9k German losses versus 10k, so 9 versus 11.
The Germans have pushed into their first tile in the Netherlands.
Have they?
They do. I believe they have, right? Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. It looks like they're going to, but they, man, the air superiority war is so tight. Like no one.
Oh right, I haven't looked at that very much. Wow, yeah, it's 2,000 fighters currently assigned on German side versus the 2.5 on the English side. So the big question is, what's going on? Why aren't Germany deploying the rest of their reserves? They should have a numerical advantage, and they seem to be draining from their stockpile right now.
I mean, they do have all their fighters deployed. It's just that they're fighting against the entire weight of the Allies. Like Britain may only have just over 1,000 fighters, but you know, there's also the Italian fighters, the French fighters, you know, all the other Commonwealth fighters, and the Commonwealth has managed to put up as many fighters in the Netherlands as there are German fighters. So air superiority is fairly even.
But if we look at the French manpower, that's not a pretty sight. That's all they have. They have not managed to move the Victors of the Great War just yet, which is also using it, and they are still on volunteer manpower. So if that doesn't increase very soon, most of the French manpower can disappear now, and then we might see a breakthrough in the Maginot Line. Losses are 31k versus 30k, so Germany's actually passed them in losses right now. That might be because of the massive submarine raids that is currently happening. Germany is losing so many convoys right now, and Germany, lovely, invading Denmark. This is what they were supposed to do a while ago. Oh, wow. Germany has no fuel at all. It's gone.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, they I mean they have a lot of planes in the air right now, and they're probably just, you know.
But it seems to be they're barely out of oil. No, actually, they're missing 4K a day. Never mind. They really need to increase that trade. They should definitely do it with Romania at least, trade all of their oil and maybe increase the trade with Soviet Union. And we can also see that the Germans have really turned around the war right now. Wow, at least in losses. 40k versus 155k. And both factions, well, UK have of course invited Netherlands. Well, yeah, did the Germans declare war against? I don't know. But otherwise than that, the rest of the Commonwealth is outside. The same with the rest of the German factions. And we also see that Croatia have split from Yugoslavia. The big question is, will UK be the one that pulls... Oh god, I would really like to jump over to the UK right now and you see, are they the ones that have... Are they going to do some kind of massive invasion from Yugoslavia? Or is it just like a single division right here?
The UK does have a naval invasion planned right now off the south of Italy into Croatia.
Oh, you can see it. Okay, good. So they have a naval invasion coming in somewhere around here.
Yeah, so it looks like they're planning for something, but I mean, honestly, if I was the UK right now, I would just not do anything risky or aggressive, and I would just keep making airplanes. Because I mean, if they're tracking the air losses, they have to know that their airplanes are currently better than the Germans.
Yeah, but right now they seem to transfer the air war into German soil, which means Germany will recover a lot more of those fighters.
Yeah, I mean they'll definitely they're potentially giving Germany the edge in the experience gain, but I think that Germany's losses are still so bad that any benefit they have in experience from fighting over their own territory is definitely being offset by just the sheer losses of fighters. I mean, if you look over northern Germany right now, in the past week, Germany has lost 460 fighters to 154 of the British.
Yeah,
I mean, they are just getting their lungs ripped out in the air right now.
But now Germany invaded Luxembourg, took it, and they might sneak around the Maginot Line. But UK managed to get troops in the way right there. God, that was very, very close. Just imagine if they would have entered here. Holy shit. That could have been absolutely terrible. But he did declare war against Belgium as well, and Belgium is so far alone. But they still managed to hold on. Wow. I really thought that was going to be a great move from them. Managed to sneak in there, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like it. Wow.
Oh, and there we go. Neutral Japan has joined with neutral Germany.
Yeah.
And now the UK has something to worry about in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
The Japanese forces are starting to do their typical naval invasions of China, and also Japanese forces are now shifting. It looks like to set up probably naval invasions of the Dutch East Indies, which could be real big for the Central Powers resource game.
And United States have joined the Allies now.
Oh man, now the interesting thing here is that now that the USA is in the Allies, is Communist Mexico going to find a way to get the Comintern working with the Central Powers?
Yeah.
Because if that happens and the entire weight of the Soviet Union shows up in Central Europe to help fight the Allies, then could get really interesting really fast.
But yeah, as you can see right now, Austria-Hungary is just throwing themselves against the battles, and it's not going really well. And it seems like they're now calling in most of their allies. Yeah, everyone is joining the war, left, right, and center.
I mean, it's you got like 6 provinces of mountain tiles across that border, and that is just not what you want to attack into.
Wow. So things are really starting to become a world war now. I guess they wanted to start it up just before the end of the session. They have conquered the Albanian parts and Sara parts. So they should be united and strong right there. How is Romania still? They are refusing to join the Central Powers. This will be interesting. Hello.
Welcome.
World War has begun.
Yes, a bit later than we anticipated, but I think we're actually quite happy with how it is going. And there were some setbacks, but overall, the German push is not successful so far.
No.
And them calling in their allies, they might not have known that, but it has given us the ability to invite the United States to our faction.
Yeah. We noticed that calling in, like first inviting Japan and then US coming in on your side, so it equalized very, very quickly.
Also, China is now in the allies, which gives us 2 extra victory points.
Oh, right.
Very nice.
That's going on. But
Yeah, you guys were really able to take a second swing at Italy and really knock them out in an impressive fashion. And I was a huge fan of the emergency Dunkirk in Calabria.
that was awesome. That was really, really well done.
Yeah, congratulations to Feedback Gaming, Mordred Viking, and the Prussian Prince. I think are in order. I didn't really do much there. I did do some stuff, like erase all the battle plans once by mistake, but they did pull this through very, very well, and I'm guessing the German team must have been a little bit pissed, because it was like 2 weeks until they could assassinate Mussolini.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that I was saying earlier, I think your early game plan of kind of pushing them off the path of bringing in the Kaiser and redirecting them into industrialization, it seems in the end it was actually quite successful, because, like you said, they were 2 weeks behind being able to jump in the war.
Yeah. They had a chance of picking a focus earlier, but they decided let's just continue with the industry. I think the civilian factory focuses were a bit more tempting. So maybe if that wasn't your, thought from the beginning, forcing them to go down industry and then deciding to continue there really, really saved you there. So, yeah, snowballs can direct in weird directions. So, anything you want to share with the viewers now for next session, for tomorrow?
For tomorrow, I do have some. I'm responsible for world diplomacy and intelligence, so I do have some stuff planned in that regard. But most just happened a moment ago with the United States and China. There's some more stuff coming, but not as huge as this. We still have one unknown, which is the Soviet Union. If they attack Poland, that's going to change everything, but they might not.
Mr. Kaiser.
Guten Tag! Was ist los?
How's it going?
Sehr gut, Dankeschön. Everything is going great. I've got my tea, I've got my biscuits, and then after dinner I get a little bit of beer. It's wonderful.
Have you looked at the fate of your nation recently?
Yes, it is great. We have lots of allies all over Europe.
Well, I'm glad that brings you pleasure.
Bye.
What?
How do you feel about the Romanians that were 1 point away from joining?
It was silly, but when we usher in a new glorious future for the entire European continent, they will realize what their mistake was.
We did notice how peaceful and actually non-aggressive you were, while UK declared war left, right, and center.
We have noticed this as well, and so I sent an open letter to the British Parliament pointing this out, that I, as the Kaiser, truly do want a peaceful future, but it seems that Parliament has not done anything about this. And they have just continued to declare war left, right, and center, as you say. I am shocked and appalled that the victors of the previous war, in which they accused me, would stoop to such low depths.
So I wondered why you then declared war on France.
Well, we felt that we finally had to take a stance, as British imperialism was flooding over all of our neighbors in Western Europe. They first took France, then Italy, then the Netherlands. What are we supposed to do? Just sit back and watch the British dastardly infect all other countries with their slanderous propaganda?
But
I look forward to seeing this as well. I haven't been paying attention to the front lines the past 20 days. I mean, vacations and so on, right?
thank you, Kaiser, for your update, I think, of the German nation. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Dankeschön. Tschüss.
So it's nothing left for us than say join us tomorrow between 6 and 8 CST. It's going to be beautiful, I think, the finishing. I have no idea who's going to win. Germany is a bit strong on land. The UK is a bit strong on navy and industry. So
Yeah, I mean, my money's on the UK at this point. I think that their air superiority is only going to grow and become overwhelming.
So, guys, see you guys tomorrow. Hope you have a good time. Don't miss the last session of the 3-day war. Hope you have a good time. See you tomorrow. Bye.